Hello everyone! Today I am going to do a video about the tomato, or Solanum lycopersicum. It's from the nightshade family Solacinae. And this family includes staple crops like the potato, eggplant, and peppers, as well as toxic plants like nightshade. Species from this family are found on all continents except Antarctica, but many species originate from Central and South America, which is where the tomato originates. New fossil evidence from Patagonia suggests that the Solicinae family diversified at least 52.2 million years ago, which is much older than previously found molecular divergence dates. The tomato plant is a perennial in the wild and can be grown as such in warmer climates, but are often grown as an annual commercially and in cold climates. The flowers of the tomato are perfect and can self-pollinate in some domesticated varieties, but are more commonly wind-pollinated or pollinated by insects. In some cases, like when they are grown in a greenhouse, they are pollinated by hand. After fertilization, it takes about 20 to 30 days for the tomato fruit to ripen. Temperature also affects fruit development, with the optimal temperature being between 65 and 80 degrees Fahrenheit. The ripe tomato has a high sugar content and vitamin C. Tomatoes are native to the Central and South American Andes region and were first domesticated in Mexico. During the European exploration of the New World, Spanish colonizers brought it back to Europe where it was seen as a decorative plant and thought to be poisonous because it was related to nightshade and henbane. It was even named because of the tomato's supposed inedibility. The species name Lycopersicum means wolf peach, which is in reference to its deadly relatives. One demonstration of the tomato's edibility took place in 1820 in New Jersey when Colonel Robert Gibbon Johnson ate a bushel of tomatoes before a crowd. Today, there are over 500 varieties of tomato, from the small cherry tomatoes to the large beefsteak. People all over the world eat tomatoes, and in the U.S. alone, each person consumes about 80 pounds a year. Commercially, the breeding emphasis has been on efficient harvesting and long shelf life, as well as a trait called determinant. The determinant trait in tomatoes makes the plant shorter and bushier and less sprawling. This allows for farmers to discontinue use of trellises. This is different from the determinant trait, which allows for a larger plant. Heirloom tomatoes are thought to be closer to ancestral varieties and are often in many different sizes, shapes, and colors. They are often grown as part of an organic garden and many times taste sweeter than commercially grown tomatoes. The tomato also took part in an important experiment in 1984, while 12.5 million tomato seeds were launched into orbit, where they stayed for 6 years. In 1990, the seeds came back to Earth, and a study was done to see how the space tomato seeds would germinate in comparison to Earth seeds. It was found that the germination rates for both types of seeds was 65%, but there was an accelerated growth in the space seeds for the first few weeks. It was also found that the space seeds had a higher number of mutant individuals than Earth seeds. This study was important because it provided evidence that seeds can survive in space.